What's going on, everybody? I'm here today to give you guys 7 films that I need in the Criterion collection. Alright, let's get into it. Up first is a film from Akira Kurosawa, who has a ton of movies in the Criterion collection. This is Ran from 1985. Now, it is actually in the Criterion collection, but it was published in DVD format only a long time ago. It has not made the transition to Blu-ray, and that is pretty much the main way of collecting Criterions. Criterion needs to put out a Blu-ray of Ran. I know they have to get the rights or whatever to release it, but I would just love to see what the packaging would look like and the special features that they would go along with it. I just recently watched this movie for the first time. I have a Film Talk review over this if you want to check that out on my channel. But this movie blew me away. I'm just in love with it. I keep thinking about it throughout my day. It has just stuck into my brain. Like, this movie is phenomenal. I would love to see the amazing restoration that Criterion could do with this, and also the packaging, the essay booklet that comes inside of it, and all of the video essays that they could produce for this movie. I would just love it to have in my collection to sit next to all of my other Kurosawa films in my collection. I have a growing collection. I don't have them all yet, but hopefully by the time I complete it, Ran will be re-released on Blu-ray. Up next, we have a Martin Scorsese double feature. Y'all know Martin Scorsese is my all-time favorite director, and I think both of these movies need the Criterion treatment, and I think they will eventually. Mean Streets is one of his first movies. It really established his style and tone and his gangster influences. So Mean Streets is a really important film. I think it's a great film, and it's really hard to find on Blu-ray. You can buy them on eBay for like $50, but who's going to pay $50 for just a regular Blu-ray? I do have the Blu-ray. It's in like a gangster collection pack, but I want it separate from that pack, obviously, because you can't really display it on your shelf. Mean Streets is so worthy of a Criterion Blu-ray, and if you haven't seen it, definitely watch Mean Streets. After Hours is an extremely important film in Scorsese's filmography. Around the time he was about to make it, he really was just kind of burnt out with filmmaking, and he just kind of put this movie together to go shoot out in New York to kind of reignite his love for filmmaking. And the film is chaotic. It's incredible. It reminds me a lot of like a Safdie Brothers movie. You can see that Safdie Brothers took a lot of inspiration from this movie for Good Time and Uncut Gems. This definitely needs a Criterion Blu-ray because you can't even buy a normal Blu-ray. I don't think there is a regular Blu-ray out there to buy for After Hours, so we need both of these awesome Scorsese movies on Criterion. Criterion is missing a huge star in the history of Hollywood by not having a Clint Eastwood movie in the collection, and I think The Beguiled is a perfect film to have in the collection because not many people have probably heard of it or seen it, and it's also one of the most art house, insane, crazy, and edgy Clint Eastwood movies he's ever made. Sofia Coppola remade this movie, and she does have a few movies in the Criterion collection, so I think that the original Beguiled should definitely be in the Criterion collection. This is the most crazy and beautiful and most hauntingly shot Clint Eastwood movie I've ever seen, and it 100% deserves to be in the Criterion collection. Up next is a film called Paterson from Jim Jarmusch. It stars Adam Driver, and I think this is one of Driver's best performances. It may be his best. If you're a big Adam Driver fan, you have to see this movie. This is just one of the best like poetic slice of life films you could ever see. It counts down through the days of the week and just shows you the life of him and his significant other. He also writes poetry on the side. One word to describe this movie would be poetic. That may be cliche, but Jarmusch infuses the character's own poetry into the narrative, so it's just a really beautiful film, and it 100% also deserves to be in the Criterion collection. There are tons of Chaplin movies in the collection. There are 4 Harold Lloyd films in the collection, and we only have 1 Buster Keaton film in the entire collection, which only just came out like within the past year or two. We definitely need more Buster Keaton films in the collection, and mine that I would love to see would be The General. This movie has such a huge scope and is so exciting for a silent film. I don't know how he got some of the shots he did with that train, but he did, and it's just a magnificent film. Also, I would like to see Sherlock Jr. be in the collection. Pretty much any other Buster Keaton besides The Cameraman, which just debuted into the collection. I haven't seen that one yet, but it's been on my list to buy, and I will buy it soon. But The General definitely needs to be in the collection. It may be considered his best work. I think Sherlock Jr. may be a little bit higher in the general consensus, but we need more Buster Keaton in the collection, and I'm here to say it right here today. The last film today that I want to recommend to be in the Criterion collection is Peter Bogdanovich's What's Up, Doc? With Barbra Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. This is one of my all-time favorite comedies. Bogdanovich's direction is pitch perfect, it's precise, it's comedically brilliant. This is just an amazing movie. The script is witty, it's sharp, it's fast. The film is inspired by Howard Hawks' Bringing Up Baby, and this is just a remarkable comedy. I feel like we don't have that many comedies in the Criterion collection, and What's Up Doc deserves to be in there. Bogdanovich only has one film in the Criterion collection, and it's only included in a box set, and that is The Last Picture Show. I really wish they would release that separately, but we just need more Bogdanovich's films in the collection. What about like Targets, or I haven't seen Paper Moon, but the first time I see Paper Moon, I would love for it to be on Criterion. I want What's Up Doc to be in the collection, but I'll take pretty much any Bogdanovich film we can get into the collection. I love him as a director, as a personality in the film industry, and as a film critic. Alright guys, those are 7 films I think we need in the Criterion collection. If you have any ideas of films you want in the collection, please comment them below and let me know, and I'll be glad to talk with you about them. Thanks for watching, guys.